Thanks for staying with us. You know, crime prevention is such a big part of what the city's police department does to keep this as one of the safest cities in Florida and in America, for that matter. And to talk to us about it today are two people from the police department who know an awful lot about it, two of the experts in crime prevention. You may recognize them. We've got Joe Diskin here, who is now a crime prevention specialist, and Sergeant Rod Dobler of the Crime Prevention Unit. Have I got that right?
Well, district support.
District support. You guys have been on this show before, but it's been quite some time, so it's good to have you both back. We'll start with Joe. You were here as a police officer before, but you're not a police officer now. You've retired, and you're now a crime prevention specialist. You had quite a background in police work.
Yes, I had 36 years in law enforcement, 18 of which were here in Port St. Lucie Police Department. Now I've kind of switched gears, and now I'm on instead of enforcing the law, I'm doing crime prevention, which is a very important in preventing crime out there.
All those years of experience, I guess you saw the after effects, and you were out there trying to stop crime, but now you'll be focused specifically on preventing it up front.
Yes, a lot of things that I'm going to be doing out there is after a person is victimized, like say by a burglary or a car burglary, I like to get in touch with that person and offer them a crime prevention survey. Which I come out and I do an assessment on their property. I use a form, which I'm going to show you here. Everything on this form here is confidential that I use. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Yeah. And basically, this is not a public record form. I keep this form. Everything on the form is a recommendation.
Interesting point. This does not become a public record, so somebody can't get this.
No.
Because this might list some of the weaknesses.
Absolutely.
Of a target, somebody that might want to be targeted.
Yes.
Okay, so that's your crime prevention information, and as such, it's protected police information.
Yeah. What I look at the locks, I look at the lighting on the house, I look at points of attack using the SEPTED concept. And SEPTED is crime prevention through environmental design. I'm also on the site plan review board for the city, where I look at the site plans and I look at certain areas on that site plan where I might see some weaknesses in lighting, obstructions as far as landscaping, and see what is vulnerable points on the site plan.
This is interesting. This goes a lot deeper than most people may realize, that you're actually way in the early stages of planning the layout of a new place to look for weaknesses that might encourage crime.
Actually, we're looking for ways to assist the citizens, the business folks out there, and to make the job a little bit easier on the police department, where the officers can be out doing something else.
Great. So you are working a lot. You're still, again, with Sergeant Rod Dobler. I know you two worked a lot together in the past to deal with the crooks out there on the street. And Sergeant Dobler, you are still at it.
Well, that's right.
And in a big effort.
Well, I'm in charge of the district support division, and under that, like we've talked about this before, one of the divisions is crime prevention, which Joe now is in charge of. So we send Joe out to do proactive activities out there in the street. When there is a burglary, he will go to that house, but not only will he do a survey on that house, he will do a canvass in that area to see if we come up with any additional information that he can forward to the detectives that are involved with the case. It's a proactive approach. Especially, we want to reach people before they become victims of crime. And that's basically what crime prevention is all about. To get out there, we do seminars. Joe talks in front of homeowner associations about crime tips, and that's what he's doing.
And then I know you also look at data and analyze where the trends are.
Yes, I work with the analysts at the police department. We have weekly meetings. I meet with them at least once a week. We go over the crime trends. I want to bring up my phone number at the police department if anybody would like me to come out and do a home security survey. It's no charge. And the number at the police department is 772-871-5027. And if I'm not in, just leave a message and I'll try to get back with them as soon as possible.
This is a great way for people to get an education on how to stay safe and protect their property.
And the folks out there, they do a fantastic job. I want them to call 911 if they see something suspicious, slow vehicles moving around in the neighborhood, or a suspicious person. Just call us. You know, there's no charge for us to come out. We'll check them out.
And you have all those years of experience to back it up, and so you know what you're talking about. And plus, you've had additional training.
Oh yeah. This last week I was up in Altamont Springs, and I went to Septet School, and it was a wealth of information. I got up there, and it was the concepts are really good, and I can see that they are going to work down the road. Absolutely.
Great. Sergeant Dobler, I heard recently that we had a weekend without a burglary, which is a pretty big deal.
Yes, we did.
Is it working? Are you seeing the crime low?
Absolutely, it's working. We've gone from the community-oriented policing, that philosophy which we adopted some 28 years ago, to what's called institutionalized policing right now. Institutionalized policing, which is connecting the dots. We have what's called hotspots. The analysts put together hotspots. Who's involved in the area? So when we send an officer out in that district, he knows what he's looking for. It's just not a random patrol. He knows exactly who he's looking for in the area, and that's how I'll tell you what, Ed, we're the safest city on the East Coast, and that's done by design. And this is part of the design. It's taken a little bit of time to show the results to our citizens. Of course, we can't thank our citizens enough for helping us. We need them to call, like what Joe was saying. If there's a slow-moving vehicle or somebody walking down, call us. We'd rather come out there and check it out, because that's what we do. We're 24/7, than find that this may have caused a burglary and somebody had seen something and not notified us.
And if you stop that slow-moving vehicle and you find out it's something innocent, you let them go, and no harm done.
Oh well, but you know, right now we have burglars that are coming up here from some cities down south. I'm not going to mention them because I know I'll get called from their mayor, but they come up here.
Tell them to stop sending their criminals.
Well, I think we should put a billboard down there. This is the safest city. You're entering the safest city. You might want to rethink your plan of committing a burglary. We have them coming off the main corridors. They come into the area. This one group that we will stop, it's called Snap Money. They use 2 vehicles. They come into an area, and they knock on your front door. Nobody answers. They'll come around to the back. They will break that sliding glass door. The reason they break that sliding glass door is because your alarm system is based on the frame. And unless you have a motion detector inside your house, they will get in. They're going to get in, they're going to steal jewelry, guns, and get out of there. They have 2 vehicles they use. They're rental vehicles from down south. We know what we're looking for. One of the good things that General Development left us with was the access, or the entrances to the city are not many. We can put an officer at every one of those checkpoints and stop anybody once we're notified that they're in the city. We are connected with Stewart. We're connected with all the other agencies in the area. So if they're getting hit, I'm notified on a text message, so we can put our plan in process.
Sounds like a great plan, well thought out, and obviously proves out to be very effective. You can't prevent and stop every burglary. Of course, they still happen, but the rate in this community is so much lower than many other cities of this size.
Well, you know, just to talk about that real quick, we are the safest city. We are not crime-free, and there's a big difference. We're the safest city for a population of 170,000 population, and we are the safest city on the East Coast, but we're not crime-free. And what Joe's trying to make us is crime-free. By his proactive approach out there with doing surveys, contacting people, trying to get additional information, we are trying to be crime-free.
One of the other things I want to do, Ed, is also go to some homeowner meetings, and just to give me a call, I'll put them on a list. I'll be glad to go out there and talk to any group about anything they want me to in reference to crime prevention.
Very good. Good, useful information. Give us that phone number one more time if somebody wants this information.
The phone number at the police department is 772-871-5027.
Well, it's great. It's good to know we have 2 of the most experienced police officers and now a crime prevention specialist on the job out there, helping contribute to this low crime rate and keeping it that way. I know you both work hard at it, and you have been for a long time. We appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
Ed, it's always a pleasure to come here on your show and talk about what we do.
Great. Joe Diskin, welcome back to the city. Good to have you back again.
Thank you, Ed.
Partner Rod Dobler.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it very much. Keep up the good work.
Thank you for having us.
All right,
And
you're
again,
welcome.
I'd like to thank the citizens again for their support.
Can't do it without them. They've
We
got to be the
cannot
one to
do
give
it.
you the call.
We cannot do it. We don't have a crystal ball that we look at. We have to depend on the citizens. So.
Great point there. 911. When should I call 911?
Anytime. Anytime.
Don't be afraid to use that
No,
number.
no. People come from up north, and there's a different system in New York and up north. No. Here in Florida, 911. No matter what it is, whether it's an animal call, whatever it is, just 911.
Great.
That's where we get dispatched from, so that's
Great.
our system.
Thanks, gentlemen. Appreciate it. We'll have you
you.
back again soon, talk about this very important topic some more.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you, Ed.
When we come back, we'll talk about some great music coming up out at the Civic Center. Stay with us.